Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. So let me, I have my game sound muted. Let me unmute the game sound. There we go. So that way you guys can hear the wonderful and fantastic music that is happening in Final Fantasy XIV. Hey, Neris, how's it going? Thank you all so much for your patience on Friday. Trust me, I was just I was beyond pissed about canceling stream. So something I've talked about in stream before is I'm going through a lot of stuff that seems to be pointing towards perimenopause, and with perimenopause comes a lot of fluctuations in hormones and such. I've honestly, I've been watching this guy's videos. The guy on, if you want to watch him on TikTok or whatever platform you want to watch him on. I actually haven't been watching him on TikTok just because of my issues I've had with TikTok in the past. I might be looking back into having the app back because I noticed they updated some things with location, but his channel is called She's Not Crazy, and he does a lot of mansplanations of things about women. And the reason I love it and a lot of women love it is because his mansplanations, the intended audience is not women. It is, or at least not women who already know this information. It is to people who do not know this information. So his mansplanations are absolutely amazing. And his mansplanation of what I am going through is that a woman's hormones during this time fluctuates 50 to 80% from day to day. This can happen every day. It can happen each week. It can happen each month, and it goes on for years and years and years. For many women, this lasts for 7 to 10 years. And for men, typically hormones drop consistently by like 0.4% up to 2%. So, and unfortunately for us women, a lot of how we function is dependent on our estrogen and things like that. So like, I was not functioning super well on Friday. But I was still like, no, I will persist. I'm going to fucking stream because I haven't streamed the last several Fridays and I want to fucking stream. And I get to my computer and it's like, something's up with this boot. We ain't booting. And I'm like, no, computer, no, I'm the one that's supposed to be having the mental problems here, not you. So, yeah. Again, I thank you all so much for your patience during all that because I was most certainly not being patient with myself or anything. But we are back. We are here with Boba, and Boba, she's needed because after Friday, I need kneecaps. And where we left off with Boba was we did the Moonfire Fair Moonfire Fair event, and if you have not participated in this event yet, I recommend doing so as soon as possible because that event ends in a few days. And then when that event ends, then the Rising is going to come in. With this event, this go around, I'm going to get up here. For anybody that's wondering how I did that, it is the Doze emote, and this is one of the housing items that it's treated like a bed, so you lay down and go to sleep. And naturally, Lala fells are very dramatic in how they go to sleep. And now she's just going to get all snuggled up and everything. And anytime I C-pose, if I could type C-pose properly, she's going to change to a different sleep or laying down position instead of the standard sitting or play dead. Oh, right, mount. I haven't completely bounced back after my hormones must have taken a huge plummet on Friday or something. Because I was like, oh my God, what was I even talking about? So with this mount, it is the inflatable Mogcraft. And the reason I highly recommend making sure that you do the event is because, yes, this mount will be available from a year from now, but it'll be available in the Mog Station, and it will be $12 if they follow their formula that they've been doing in the past. So you may as well do it now and get it for free, aside from, having your sub. Like, if your sub is already active, you may as well go and get it. If your subscription is not currently active, that's a different story. But, like, if your subscription is active, go get that mount. Just go get it. It's not a very long quest line. It's very short, and it is super cute. And you also can repeat it for fireworks, and you could do all kinds of stuff. Hey, Felicia! Just launching myself out of here. I shouldn't have launched myself out of there because Boba can't fly yet in A Realm Reborn. So I should have at least gone toward the land where she can mount up, because she can't mount up in the water. That is the unfortunate thing about this mount, is it is not like an actual proper water mount or anything like that. Despite it being a water inflatable, it like hovers over the water and such. So okay, so hoofing it is gone, but I actually have to be on land in order to mount up. The unfortunate thing of not being through a Realm Reborn quest. Nice. This character is not on Diabolos, though, Felicia. This one is all the way over on Hyperion. So I won't be able to... So I can't pop over right now. I will totally check it out as soon as I possibly can. But here's the mount for... the current event. It hovers over the water, but it's not a proper water mount. So like right now it's being treated like a ground mount, but as soon as I get on water, I get dismounted. So I really wish they had done something to make this a proper water mount, though. Like, still give it the option to fly. I would do it. This mount is really, really cute. It's cute. It makes the Moogle noises. I think it is totally, totally, totally worth it. And as I said, it's honestly, it's pretty quick. It does not take long whatsoever, because last Sunday, if I recall correctly, was when I did this with Boba. And not only did I manage to do it with Boba, but she also did, she did the repeat 2 times. Just so she could get the quest dialogue. And then I switched over to my main character and did the repeat with all of the possible characters to do the repeat with, to get all of those dialogues. And managed to get through all of that easily within 2 hours, even with how much I can get off tangent and ramble and everything. like if I could get through it in 2 hours with how often I get off tangent, that it is totally, totally a fast thing to do. But should hurry up and do it before it ends in a couple days. Because we've only got a couple days before the Rising comes, and with the Rising, we will have the Wiclamont minion coming this time. And she, oh my gosh, if y'all haven't seen photos of her, she is absolutely adorable. I'm gonna pull up the Rising event page, and then I will switch the screen to be on screen share. So with the Rising event is going to start this upcoming Thursday. And the Rising, for anybody who is unaware, is the anniversary event for Final Fantasy XIV. Basically, we celebrate another year of the game. And with this quest, you go and visit the Wandering Minstrel. Unlike the current event, we're back to our standard level 15 requirement, as opposed to having to be at least level 30, because we are going back to we're going to Limsa Lominsa this time, and we're not going to a higher level zone or anything like that. Whereas with the current event, with the Moonfire Fair, it is always held in Costa del Sol, and Costa del Sol probably don't want to be level 15 going into this particular zone, because the mobs are closer to level 30. So that's why that one, they say, no, you need to be level 30 before you go do the holiday event. But with the Rising, just need to be level 15. And here's Wooklamat. She looks absolutely precious in minion form. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't even. She's so freaking cute. She is so cute. Like, just look. Oh my goodness. Like, I seriously want them to make this into a Funko Pop figure so I can have her in real life, because she's so cute. Like, I need her. And yes, there are the usual promo posters and orchestrated roles and all that stuff for housing, but everyone can enjoy this minion. Like, oh my goodness. So freaking cute. It's so freaking cute. I can't even. Okay. So that I totally that's I feel like that is completely fair. Like, I've admittedly, I'm one of those people, I've been playing Star Sand Island. As much as the glitches have pissed me off, and how much like, everything that is going on with that game does piss me off, I've still been playing it though, because I like doing a lot of base building type stuff. And while yes, it is supposed to be a farming sim and everything, it has a lot of house building and everything like that you could like really super customize. And I'm finally reaching the point where I can really go crazy with it. And so I've been playing that a little too much. And Power World is one of my ones that it's been on my backlog, and I totally want to play it. Like, I really do like base building games. They're so much fun. Like, Terraria was one that I played for a while. Nisis, or however it's pronounced, it was one that I did a couple months ago, briefly on stream after I finished Trees Hate You. That one, I put quite a bit of time with that one. Trying to remember what other base builders I've played. I like base builders, and I think honestly the base building part is why I ultimately end up also liking farming sims. It's just because it's like, I really just want to build a foundation up and make things look the way that I want it to. And that's just what ends up happening when I end up playing a farming sim. As far as MSQ goes, so we are still trying to find a corrupted crystal that is going to work for our case to break into Garuda's winds. we got a wind crystal. And they laughed and were like, well, of course that's not going to work because that's just going to make it stronger. Well, of course. Well, this chick sent us for a different crystal. And she's like, oh, you need to go against wind? Well, this one's not going to work for you. You need a different one. So we have to, we need to go find an ice crystal. So we've made multiple hops of getting these corrupted crystals that are aspected to specific types of aether. And so far, we've had no luck getting what exactly we need. And fortunately, it seems like we're starting to get on the right path because Sienna here says, don't fret now. I know exactly where to find a corrupted crystal comprised of ice aspected aether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings, sorry. What's with that expression? I thought you would have been pleased to hear this news. This is not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. Of course my character's making a frickin' face. What the fuck do you think she's gonna be doing? This is now the second corrupted crystal. And this one, I actually had to, fight a bunch of shit and deal with a fucking perv and stuff. Come on. And he told me after the fact, oh, wait, this isn't what you need. You need ice. How the fuck... Though honestly, it would help if apparently my character was ever experienced in aetherology or something, because yeah, she wouldn't be going on these wild goose hunts. She'd be able to say, hey, this is exactly the type of crystal I need. Help me fucking find this specific kind of crystal. But no, apparently Alphino has to be right. My character is just stupid and doesn't understand these concepts. But also, if Alphino knew this from the get-go, why couldn't he just fucking tell me what kind of crystal I needed? Anyhow. Fucking know-it-all not telling me what I actually need to fucking know. Alright, so Sienna. I do apologize for the excessive swearing. I feel like I'm making up for the swearing that I missed being able to do on Friday here. So she says, what's even better is that this time you needed to use that warded paw of yours to protect yourself from the crystal's energies. Hedon's findings suggest that is quite safe. Why, you ask? Well, let's just say it has undergone a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, do not let me keep you. It's been a pleasure, Boba. Come back and see me sometime, all right? And I'm curious as to why this quest is called The Curious Case of Giggity. Especially after I already dealt with a frickin' perv. I'm just like, what? My cat's now looking at me. She's like, hey, there's been too much cursing from you. What's happening? Are you okay? And this is the cat that, I am spare human to her, by the way. She... Honestly, I honestly don't know that she gives two shits about me most of the time. And the other half, or the other part of the time, she thinks I'm after her or something. It's like, no, I'm literally just walking. It's all that's happening, is I'm just trying to walk by. I'm not even making eye contact. No need to freak out and bolt away. Gotta love tortoiseshell cats. All right, so Hedon here says, greetings and salutations. Miss Mochi, I presume. Sienna informed me of your adventures in Aleport. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Though, as Professor Lamburant is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasted. that's easy for you to say when Garuda hasn't yet destroyed shit. Like, I don't know that you're going to be saying the same thing if I'm laughing because I'm getting the other person that walked up to this NPC for quest is now emoting at him. He's annoyed, he's beaming, and now he's forcing a smile. Like yes. These are the waves of emotions. These are the proper waves of emotions that are happening. But yeah, it's like we're trying to save this area from Garuda. Garuda is trying to destroy everything in the name of the bird people. And you're... Okay. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing the properties you seek could be found in abundance at the standing courses following the calamity. Alas, this is no longer the case, and while there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found within the 12's Wood, precisely where it is at any given moment is more difficult to say. Permit me to explain. You are familiar with Spriggans, yes? The furry little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones. Well, one such creature, with an infamously insatiable appetite, has single-handedly devoured every corrupted crystal in the 12's Wood. Fortunately, these crystals take an eternity to digest, assuming they can even be digested, and I am reasonably confident that one still resides within his gut. That's gross. So you're telling me that I need to cut open a Spriggan so I can get this crystal? It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is that this Giggity first consumed a corrupted crystal when... You couldn't care less about all this, could you? No, I couldn't. At least not right now. Maybe tell me another time, sir. When, you know, when I actually have time. I mean, we already have Garuda out and about for me to fucking deal with. Let me fucking deal with her first. And then maybe I can actually deal with listening to you. But we got some more pressing problems to deal with. To the point then, Giggity seldom makes his presence felt unless there's particularly fine fodder to be had. Therefore, we shall require a lure, and I have precisely the sort he will find impossible to resist. Simply place this true heart. I shall save the story of the origin of its unusual name for another occasion, outside of the Spriggan's lair, and wait for the opportune moment to pounce. As for the method by which he retrieved the crystal from his gut, I shall leave that to your discretion. Alright. Gotta go dissect a Spriggan. Sounds fantastic. Okay. Sounds really fucking fantastic. Like... Who doesn't wake up every day thinking, yeah, I want to digest, or I want to dissect a Spriggan. Okay. And because I'm on the ground, I'm still going to use my motorbike for its elevated ground speed. I could use the floaty because the floaty is absolutely adorable. But, I mean, we have a Spriggan to dissect, so... Okay. Down here we go. Sure. Let's play place this crystal here. Romp? What? I'm just gonna get that one stunned. Alright, little Spriggans. Get them stunned again. Oh, gotta be kidding. Alright, we're just gonna holy spam. I'm just gonna piss everything off. That's the goal here, right? That's what every healer aspires to do. Okay. Apparently just killing them was good enough. Didn't need to dissect or anything like that, so at least there's that, I guess. I should just teleport in. Save at least a little bit of time with running back. Because there's not a crystal next to the gate that I was coming in from, and I would have had to run all the way in. Alright, buddy. Alright, head in. Pray do not sneak up on me like that. I was engrossed in... Wait, what's that? What's that god's awful smell? My word, that is a breathtakingly beautiful crystal. And I see my supposition was not mistaken. And I also see you were averse to digging through the Spriggan's entrails for your prize. What would you suppose? What would you have suggested, sir? I feel like if you had a better solution, you would have given me a better fucking answer. Boba has no tolerance today, guys. Her tolerance level is at 0. We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know. This thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. Thanks for adding that picture in my mind, sir. My so glum friend, you finally attained to crush the crystal you sought when overflowing with earth as... Are you fucking kidding? Calm down, I just... It's like... Sir, my tolerance was already at fucking 0. Let's not mess with someone whose tolerance is already at fucking 0. Read the room a little bit, sir. Calm down, I just... It is comprised of ice aspected aether. Worry not. I suppose that joke was in poor taste, considering your previous 2 attempts were for naught. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, that joke did come a little too soon. Thank goodness. All right, so better late than never. So Hayden has neglected to return to me my crystal. Beg your pardon, Boba. I forgot to return your crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message for you from Professor Leberton. Something about a man named Marcus? Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that that I have yet to ask why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? It would reflect plurally on me and my research if it was used for evil ends. Yes, sir. I am totally going to use it for all evil, for Garlemald and the Empire. Am I believable in my tiny stature? What might be more believable is I am going to blow up the world with it. Yes, and kneecapping primals. But admittedly, kneecapping primals, that is for good. So, you know. Well, perhaps it's best I remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. Who's gonna tell him? Like, I didn't become the best pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. Sir? Sir. It is nefarious from the Ixal's perspective, though. I'm just going to use the comfort emote on this guy because, it seems to me he has filled his head with, useless information, but, you know, we do what we gotta do, I guess. It's in the eye of the beholder as to what is useless and what is not, I guess. Okay. Back down here to Sid we go. We need to talk to this NPC. Okay, greetings, madam. Do you wish to proceed to your vessel? Yes. Okay. Back over here to Sid. Hi, Sid. All repairs and modifications have been completed, Boba. Once you bring me that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda. Excellent, sir. I'll need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks to be exactly what we need. Worry not, Boba. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste. The Enterprise is already more than a common airship, but mark my words, soon it will become something greater, something extraordinary. Alright, Sid. This is me. This is what I was born to do. Good for you, Marcus. And I'm gonna save those boots for when I have ninja to the point of being able to wear those boots. May as well save myself a little bit of gil or something. Alright. With Sid's modifications now installed, the Enterprise is finally ready to make the journey to the Howling Eye. Let's do it. Alright. According to my test, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell one so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I cannot be sure that this will work. I think it's only fair to tell you that there's a small but statistically significant chance that the crystal could trigger a massive... Mayhap it's better we remain positive. You don't want to tell me? Why don't you want to tell me, man? Do I need to take Alphino's kneecaps in order for you to tell me? Do I need to threaten Alphino's kneecaps? I mean, he's been an arrogant asshole enough towards Boba that, you know, I feel like she is at opportune height for it, so, you know. Boba, I want to thank you for reuniting me with my ship, for trusting me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I am not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be, but I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after our mission, but, well, you understand. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, sir.
There. She's ready.
Ah, she stirs.
I
Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda.
Alphina, why are you grabbing Sid's hand? I don't understand.
Enterprise, engage.
Yes, I definitely still want to punch a Rome Reborn Alpha now.
Damn it.
Gotta do what you can to not get that auto mod. It still showed up on screen though.
I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you.
So anybody that has reached this point of a Realm Reborn knows, but the significance of the marking on his forehead there indicates that he is from Garlemald. I had the audacity to turn and look at my cat, and she just pulled it out of the room.
How long have I worn these damn goggles?
And his goggles, for that nose bridge, it looks like they are designed to just look like they're goggles that sit on his head, but with that circle there in the middle, it covers up his forehead. That is absolutely hilarious, getting auto-modded for that. Especially since I'm over here like, yes, I totally want to punch him.
Ah, yes. I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days.
Yes, with that collar on that and those puffy
A
sleeves.
young prodigy, admired by all. Exactly like his father.
And those are some tall boots, man. I can't, like,
Born and raised in Garlemald.
I can't even imagine wearing boots that high. That'd be uncomfortable. Really is something else. Especially at those gloves. Look how freaking puffy those gloves are.
It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same? Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your everything, and your loved ones cease to matter? You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not.
And we saw him earlier.
Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man, with an all-consuming obsession.
As his power... as powers want to do.
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks.
His neck is huge, by the way. Like, I just now noticed that with how it cut to him there. But I guess you have to have that large of a neck to hold such a brain.
Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles.
It's things like that that they have sprinkled into the
Eorzea
story.
opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them.
Yeah, seeing the player character pop up right there and give him the goggles, it's like little things like that that get popped into the story that make me ask so many questions about who the player character actually is. What is their past and what is their history? And there are questions that some of them do get, or quite a few do get answered along the way within MSQ, but we still have questions.
I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose.
And the questions about the main character, like yes, that makes us ask a whole bunch of questions about the main character, but this is about answering who is Sid.
I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home.
Yes, there are so many unknowns about the Warrior of Light. And I think having those unknowns It is such a great thing for the story because it allows you to really properly connect with your character.
I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky.
It allows you to properly play this game as a role-playing game, as opposed to having all those questions answered. Like, some of those questions I feel like are huge questions that they are going to end up answering, but they're still going to leave them at least somewhat open for player interpretation. So that way players can still have or develop their own backstories for their Warrior of Light and headcanons and things like that. Because I feel like that is an essential part of, yes, absolutely, having blank spaces so that way they could be injected into the story and properly play this as an RPG first and foremost. In a way that is different from your other Final Fantasy RPGs, because, like, for instance, like, looking at even your most recent titles of Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 15, the Final Fantasy 7 Remake series, like, the player characters all have their stories and their backstories, and while, yes, you are playing with them, and you connect with them and all that stuff, it is still a matter of their lore is already written. It's not necessarily something that you can customize or anything like that. Whereas with your MMO style games, that is where you get to inject yourself so much more. And I think that they have done a fantastic job of giving the player the opportunity to inject themselves well into this character while still asking questions and still wondering, oh, hey, like, particularly in this instance, it's like, where the fuck did my character even come from? Who is she? But I could still inject myself somewhat in there, being like, okay, so Boba is wanting to take kneecaps, and Boba doesn't like this guy. Like, I'm still able to inject myself into her character without, like, feeling completely disconnected from the game. I still have that connection. I still can ask questions, still wonder about her backstory, while still developing her own story, to a sense. And how they are very slowly telling the story and giving us more and more information for filling in their predetermined blank spaces is done in a way that it's done so well.
That light. It was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pureblood Garleans have a third eye.
Yeah, so he reveals right there that this is a third eye right here, which indicates that he is a pure-blooded Garlean. He was born there. All of his family members are from there and were born there. All that jazz. But as they gave us with that story for him, he ran away from it all. He was not seeing eye to eye with the Garleans, and so he chose to leave.
Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
But
The Enterprise was made for this. To carry Eorzea's protectors into battle.
and I like that Sid, like, he asks if that was the player character, but he doesn't ask, how the fuck did you get there? Like, Biggs and Wedge are all flying in the sky. nowhere near the ground or anything like that. And suddenly our character appears, knowing that he needs these goggles to cover up his third eye and cover it up. But... and then just disappears. Like, where'd she come from? Where'd she go? Is she Cotton Eye Joe? Like, is it because of her that he hasn't been married a long time ago? Like, there are so many questions here. And I feel like he's just like, you know what? Nah, I don't need to ask those questions. We're going to battle.
I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything. My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
That's good that just flying to Enterprise has made him remember stuff and gave him an opportune moment to be able to brush off what he remembered as far as that interaction with the Warrior of Light. Because, I mean, I don't know how anyone would explain that. Even in a fantasy world like this one. I'm like, I mean, I kind of have an idea, but with what we know in the story right now, I have no idea how anyone would explain it, so. But here we are in this tempest. So we need to talk to Alpha now. I'd rather talk to Sid, Alpha now, but whatever. All our efforts, Alpha no. What the fuck did you do? What did you do in all of this, Alpha no? Aside from bitch about being cold and Kurthus. Because last I checked, that was all you did. Instead of walking your ass over to the vendor that was maybe 20 yalms from you to buy yourself a fucking coat. Because we know that you're a spoiled rich boy and could have bought that damn coat. But no, you're too damn spoiled to be like, okay, let me just walk over here and buy this damn coat. No, you're just like, nope. I'm just going to bitch that I'm cold until somebody feels sorry enough for me and gives me a coat. Like, no. Get yourself, rich boy. You can fucking afford it. That's all he's really contributed, other than belittling my character. Yes, that is a short joke. But he belittled her about her knowledge of aetherology and saying, oh, it's so elementary. Well, I guess not to you. Like, fuck you, man. So yeah, it's like, I would rather talk to Sid because Sid has actually done something. Like, he's the one that came up with the idea for the corrupted crystal, and he's the one who had the airship to fucking begin with, and is the one who flew us here. Sid came and found, or Alphino came and found us, and barely even coordinated the effort. I ran around and went and got, like, 3 or 4 different corrupted crystals. I think the actual number was 3. Before finding the correct aspect that we needed for penetrating this barrier. So, fucking Alphino. All our efforts, all our travails, all of it was for this. Make ready, Boba, for the end is nigh, be it hers or our own. All right, give me just a moment. I'm going to step away for just a minute to close this door because I want to make sure when my daughter wakes up from her nap and all that stuff, no one comes into the room, and then I'll open the room when open the door when I'm done streaming. Okay. Might actually stand while I stream for a minute. Because I did not realize how sore my legs were from sitting. Okay. Oh, I can enter this with NPCs? So here's why I'm going to enter this with NPCs. I feel like I'm going to see more mechanics if I enter with NPCs. I don't want this fight to just be something that veteran players could just carry me through and me just get through it really quickly, because we're skipping a whole bunch of mechanics due to their higher item level and everything. I want to see more of the mechanics and everything with this fight. I also did not realize I could enter some of these trials with NPCs, because I know that particularly later in the game, trials start being 8 people instead of 4. And a lot of times with those 8 people trials, you cannot bring NPCs with you. Yes, that honestly would be really nice. Either enforce minimum item level or put up, like, allow for a harder cap, and allow players to opt in for that, because I could see where some newer players want to just get through it very quickly because they want to get back to the story and everything. But for me, I'm like, I want to see all the mechanics for this fight. Because honestly, I have done the extreme versions of these fights. I can't remember if we did minimum item level or not. It's been a long time. But we did do them synced. We did not unsync them or anything like that. And these fights are pretty fun, to be completely honest with you. And with Titan, that was also before, with the Titan fight before, if you fell off the platform, you were gone. You could not be resurrected. And we did that extreme fight synced before they did that. Like, it was honestly a lot of fun, because, like, that was where we really learned, oh, hey, be very careful as to when you let someone out of the rock jail, because if you let them out at the wrong time and he does an ability that's supposed to knock someone off the platform, they don't have time to move out of the way of that ability, and then they go flying off the platform. There were so many times that the team did that to me, and I was like, hey, how about we keep an eye on when that's coming? Like, just don't focus on getting me out. If you see that come up, move out of the way of it, and then come back to me. Hey, Euler, how's it going? Okay. It looks like with this one, you cannot change who your party members are. You have to go with a Marauder. You have to go with, if you're healer, that is. Excuse me. You have to go with Marauder, have to go with Thaumatarge, and have to go with Lancer, if going with a healer. Some of these, they will allow you to switch out who your party members are. Oh, another reason I wanted to do this with NPCs is so that I could take my time with these cutscenes, because I know that with Ifrit and Titan, I felt really bad. I was taking a whole bunch of time from other players because I was watching the cutscenes. Who dares intrude upon my sanctuary? Your insolence shall not go unpunished, landwalkers. Preserve. She's huge. Yeah, you two might want to get away So that way you don't end up getting tempered. As I live and breathe. Over there, look! Really glad when I built this desk. So this wasn't the desk that I originally started streaming with. This was the desk that was... actually, I think I did actually start originally streaming with this. I think this was built like right before I started streaming. But this is not the desk that I originally started creating content with. I got electric legs and then a butcher board wood slab to put on the top of it. Oiled it with some Danish oil and put it all together, and it's so nice to be able to stand right now. All right. Sid says, Amalja and Kobold prisoners, but why would the Ixal bring them here? Because they want more sacrifices and more followers, so you bitches better run! Run away! Wherefore come you hither, foolish mortals? Garuda, we are come to put an end to your reign of terror. She is pretty cool. Hear you this blasphemy? Hear you this blasphemy, my children? These landwalkers would bring me low. You who are bound to crawl upon the earth shall revere me, for I am the wind. Did we not take to the skies and slip your defenses? We are bound by nothing, Garuda. I like Sid with his memories back. Keep up the sass, Sid. You think your playthings give you strength? They will not help you here, Landwalker. This is my realm, where none can challenge my supremacy. Struggle though you may, I shall stake the roots with your blood and festoon the canopy of your entrails. And then a evil cackle. I can't do it evil cackle very well, so I'm just gonna say evil cackle right there. Squawk! Slay the unfeathered ones we shall. As an offering to Garuda, they will serve. See, I told you bitches you need to run, because otherwise they're going to try and temper you. Leave the Ixal to us, Boba. We will keep them distracted while you deal with her. Okay, good. Good. That's exactly what I was thinking. You need to lead those Ixal away from here and deal with them in a way that doesn't get you tempered, and I will deal with her. Do not fail, Boba. Remember, you fight for the Scions, for Eorzea. Don't worry, guys. I got you. I got you. Me and my stick, we got you. We got you. The swarm would die by my own hand. Come then, I shall grant you that which you seek. I especially can't do the Garuda, like, oh my goodness. She has such a good laugh and screech, like, so good. All right. And though, like, I know some tanks get really mad when the whole party is right here in melee range. And don't get me wrong, I I get it. It is a part of my habit to have everybody close by. So that way, like, those AoE heals hit better. Because, like, right now, that Thaumaturge is out of line sight. Okay. Damn it. And on top of that, one of the reasons for this particular fight I like to stay close is because, particularly for that taking cover, we want these rocks to stay... Whoops. I'm casting the wrong ability. I'm over here healing for no good reason. These rocks are pretty important. So I want to make sure that if she does turn around and hit me with anything, that it's not going to hit those rocks. Because, yeah, every once in a while she was turning around and hitting me with this friction ability. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure. But yes, that is one thing I don't like about how they decided to do some of these A Realm Reborn trials. It's like, okay, yes, it is a matter of these 3 other adventurers just like, hey, we're here. So there's not a whole lot of mechanics that goes on in the regular versions. Definitely, just like any extreme trial, the extreme trials have more mechanics and more things to do and a lot more coordinating when doing them at item level. But at the very least, it's like, you know, running with bots, I was going to see more happening with the fights. And Sid, it's like, what? How in the hells? This is my realm. You have no help here. None. None. Did you truly believe you could defy a god, landwalkers? Again, you two, why are you behind me? You need to run back. Like, otherwise she's going to end up trying to temper you. And also, those 3 adventurers that spawned out of nowhere, yeah, they've disappeared now. Like, where the fuck they go? Like, it's one of the questions that doesn't get answered for a long time. My power is limitless. My children legion. And they have rendered unto me a wealth of crystals. Their gifts sustain me. Their faith empowers me. They did run already. That was pretty smart of them. Unlike the 2 that are staying right behind me. Like, you know, you would think that they would be a little bit smarter and run away. None save my children will escape the reckoning, mortals. And those who would use my crystals to waken the rest shall realize the folly of their faith. Then all shall worship none but me, the one true God. Evil laugh. Insert evil laugh here. Of course, worship. So long as the Ixal keep praying, she will never fall. Then let's stop them. Alphino? You only just now fucking thought of that? Insert evil laugh here. No harm will come to you, my children. Right? For a smart kid, he really sure can be done. I feel like Alphino, oh my god. Alphino is very much like Harry and Harry Potter. Like, they talk about how smart Harry is supposed to be, but he acts really fucking dumb a lot of the time. Not sure why that got auto-modded. Like, that... Like, what? That... Come on, Kick. That shouldn't be auto-modded. That is, like, good to test the limits, and it's so weird that that apparently was a limit. Like, not sure what it's doing there. This is only the beginning, Landwalkers. All who oppose me shall suffer for their defiance. Okay, Garuda. Soon the worms of the forest shall receive my judgment. The desert vermin next. Their walls of stone will not shield them from the tempest. Yeah, apparently we can't call fictional characters dumb. Like, can't just call a random NPC in a video game dumb. Or a specific NPC. Like, not just random. Specific ones that are part of the story. That are very integral to the story. But we apparently can't call them dumb. And then I will take my vengeance on the sea lice. Really? That's fucking rude. Like... We can't call Alphino dumb, but she could call the Sahagin sea lice. Okay. Their wooden boats cannot outrun the wind. Tremble, mortals, I shall visit you in time, and all shall be mine. All mine. You, Landwalker, you who dared to raise your hand against me, you shall be the first to pay for your sins, not with your death, but with your life. I think it's both. It could also be the Limses, but I do think she's also talking about the Sahagin because since they're also taking the kobolds and the Amalja, like they're taking anybody that doesn't believe in Garuda that dares to believe in a different god, she's like, no, fuck you. I'm your god. But either way, we should not be able to call them sea lice. I think that's true. She does mention the sea boat specifically. I feel like the Sahagin... I'm trying to remember if they had any boats. Like, they don't necessarily need boats by any means. Because they are the fish people. But I feel like they do have some of that going on too. But yes, like either way, that's derogatory of her. She gets to call them sea lice, but we can't call Alphino dumb. How dare we? Apparently Frit didn't pass a message to her. Apparently, like, she did not get the message. Because she's like, no, no, I claimed you. You should be mine. Bitch, don't you know? Don't you know? She gonna learn. Bam. There's another crystal. Gotta collect the rock candy. Alright, while this scene's going, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn my fan on real quick. Bring my desk back down a little bit because I am using a drafting chair with this desk, but I don't feel like raising it up to standing level. Okay. What are you? What have you done to me? And like in Final Fantasy 16, we get that question answered, but here it's like we still don't necessarily, we don't have the full answer to that. No mortal should possess such power. This is impossible. There. Okay, so they appeared back. Look at my little Lalafell friend. My little Lalafell NPC friend with her glasses and the pointy hat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Lalafell friend. Oh, I almost used an emote that I definitely don't have on Boba because it is a Stormblood emote. I was gonna hum. I was gonna try to hum like Tataru when we first meet her, but I don't have that emote because they didn't give that to us until Stormblood. Makes me sad that I can't get that right now.
Why do you not tremble at my might? Why do you not beg for mercy? Why do you not die?
We've done it.
Alphino. Alphino. Again, you're very quick to use plurals here, Alphino. And loop yourself into those plurals. Like, what part of like, what did you do against Garuda? Aside from play distraction for the Ixal.
Impossible it is!
Kill you all! Is that all? O Lady of the Vortex, O mighty Garuda. Of all primals, the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
He is a very royal we kind of guy. Like, he's just like, we did it! Bitch, she didn't do anything. Sit down.
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy, you look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country. I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
I mean, in Sid's defense, his kin forsaked... Like, his dad forsaked his family and everything. So, what's the fucking matter?
What?
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this day?
To stop Garuda from imprisoning everybody. What the fuck do you think we were trying to accomplish?
Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Yeah, go attack him, Birdman. See, Alphino, Gaius has already done more than what you have.
Is that all? Is that all? Insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you! Very well.
I'm kind of concerned about that, being that my character looks like a toddler.
Seven hells, does she still mean to fight?
At the very least, she should fight Gaius. Gaius is over there taunting her. If not, I feel like it's Alphino's time to stand up.
Almighty Ifrit brought us succor in our hour of need.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crags! It hurts us so! The pain! The pain!
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to.
Alphino, did that really take an out loud thinking process? Did you really have to think out loud to figure out what the fuck she's trying to do here? Like, seriously? Especially after we already saw this tornado when she attempted to temper me and fucking failed. Of course she's trying to temper them, dumbass. And with that, sacrifice her souls to make her stronger. Oh. Never mind. They ended up suffering so much that they got strong enough to summon those two fuckfaces. Okay.
No, this is all wrong.
Oh no, Alphino. You mean you don't want to take credit for all that we've done now? You don't want to be part of the we anymore? Now that things gone sideways, is this no longer a we? And this was a me?
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
Thank you for being the voice of reason, Sid.
Surrender yourselves unto me. I would feast upon your ether. None shall stand against the wind.
Okay.
Bear witness to the glory of the Empire.
I was gonna say, so they're just gonna sit here in a Devil's Three-Way and just let Gaius hang out over there and bring this giant ass machinery. Yeah, totally. Great idea. Great idea. Not deal with the mortal first and then look at each other. Like,
It is you who will suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alec had ways of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon, Icon, and despair.
No! No! No!
Did it really have to bite her head off? He didn't bite the other two's heads off.
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
Like, I feel like that was kind of unfair.
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it not?
Such is the fate of those who oppose the Empire.
And now it's like, I hold Gaius like it's my little pet. Looky here. I has a little Gaius. He is my pet.
There will be no warriors of light to save you this time. If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender. Your skills are impressive, but they will not be enough.
And I'm over here looking like I want to play a game of beach volleyball on an airship. I know, my glamour really adds to the
Have mercy.
immersion.
What chance have we against such an ungodly creation? And who was that armored devil?
That was Gaius van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and supreme commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
Of course. The Black Wolf. How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
Oh my gosh! How can I not remember every single word of my grandfather's journal? How dare I? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, it's the one thing I can't do is read my grandfather's journal. And just memorize every single word that is in it. How dare I forget about the Black Wolf?
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations.
I mean, Sid, I don't know that you thought that he had abandoned his ambitions, considering, like, you lost your memory for the last 5 years. So, like, you've had your memories for all of, what, 30 minutes? So it's like, you haven't had time to really think about Gaius or what he's trying to do. We've been working on, hey, we're flying to Garuda's later now to fucking deal with this bitch. Like, either way, if you did believe that he abandoned his ambitions, yes, that was naive of
What
you.
have you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
Yeah, Alphino, what have you been doing the last 5 years?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts, but that was the extent of their aggression.
And Alphino. Use that brain, sir. Just because they weren't being aggressive does not mean that they didn't have something fucking planned. Like,
Damn it, Gaius. Where in the seven hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments, but the fact remains, Garuda is no longer a threat.
For now, I mean, the one thing fucking ate her.
While I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side. For the time being, at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Yeah, which is just as freaking fantastic of a problem considering it just destroyed 3 primals.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can.
Again, you're
Let us
using
make
we.
for Vesper Bay. We shall rebuild the Scions. All is not yet lost, my friend. For we bear the light, and shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
Alphino. I mean, at least he wasn't being pompous. Like, it was a moment of his ass got humbled a little bit there. But to be defensive, be like, there were no signs. We didn't hear any whispers. Just because you, like, probably should have suspected something was happening. Something was brewing. Like, they were building something up here. Like, couldn't anticipate anything, Alphino. Well, that was an experience I would rather not have again. Yeah, so maybe don't lump yourself in. Something has been troubling me, Boba. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage when Garuda attempted to claim you as her own, I could have sworn I saw. But I'm sure I was mistaken. In great times of stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to misread even the most inquiring mind. Forget I mentioned it. Alphino, don't play coy. Frickin' tell me what you thought you saw. Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the primals closed until further notice. No beast tribe will dare summon their gods so long as that weapon exists. Truly, a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. It almost seems a shame to plot its destruction. Sure, Alphino. Okay, so he wants to go back to Waking Sands. I'm sort of traumatized after the last time we were at the Waking Sands. But, you know, maybe that's just me. Let's see, where is... Where's my Waking Sands counter? Oh, I'm on vertical sources. Ha! That's why. I was like, wait, where is my Waking Sands counter? I should have a Waking Sands counter. There we go. There we go. And... see if I could just... Nope, I can't just copy... paste it. Whoops, I didn't want... Yes, I don't want 2 of it. Okay, let me just make it on my vertical for anybody that is watching on the vertical version. Let's see. My brain is totally spacing out really bad right now. I don't need to add a scene. There we go. There we go. try to get that to a reasonable size for, No! 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 I don't want to move the game. I want to move... Ah! There we go. I was like, I want to move the... I'm trying to change the size of the prey return counter. There we go. So that way it's not a ridiculously small size on the vertical. I'm going to have it between 2 lines. There we go. Okay. Even though this was not Bimphilia properly saying prey return to the waking sands, I'm counting this as return to the waking sands at the very least, because Alphino wants us to freaking go back to the waking sands. And excuse me, that should be updated to 4. I guess I'm gonna have to manually update it to 4 instead of just using my nifty button, but whatever. Whatever. Be that way, text and OBS. Just be that way. But I don't want 2 of it on. Oh, that's because, yes, I don't need 2 of it on the regular screen. Okay, so sorry for the distracted moment there. So, Alphino says, to leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be a dishonor to the memory of those who fell there. I am still scarred from going to the Waking Sands and seeing all those dead bodies. Like, that was fucking traumatizing. I feel like, because, like I talked about in past streams, during my first go-through, I remember I started skipping cutscenes around when you're building up for Titan, like, because, I mean, fortunately, I skipped over the fact that we had to fucking go get cheese and wine and all that shit. Like, that was so beyond frustrating. But I started skipping dialogue and skipping cutscenes and stuff at that point because I was getting very frustrated with the story. And getting back to the Waking Sands there and seeing all those bodies, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, shit just got real. And like, the game started grabbing me again with that. Like, it almost lost me with all the Titan stuff, and I was getting really close to quitting, but then going back to Waking Sands, seeing all of that destruction happen there, seeing my cabbage friend laying on the ground, dying, but passing along the memory of the Garleans going in there and fucking shit up, like, that just wrecked me. I'm traumatized from it, but we gotta go back. We were brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. Well, Alphino, I could give you credit for at least one thing. At least you can inspire people. You could call people to arms a bit. You haven't done anything to really earn that, but, you know, whatever. And, like, let's not forget, like, look, Tataru's still not here. So, like, we still have the matter of people still be fucking missing that are supposed to be here. Like, let's not gloss over that, Alphino. Like, it's still very dark in here. It's still very sad. We have people missing. We had so many people dead. And, oh my gosh, destruction that's in here. Like, we have all kinds of things broken and destroyed, tables overturned. Like, this is still would be so hard to come back to. Yes, Tataru. Like, Tataru, man. Tataru. Yes, Alphino? Tell me, Boba, does Ahir strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it's just my imagination. Come, let's proceed to the solar. It could be that someone just doesn't know what the fuck happened and showed up to come find us. And we weren't here. Admittedly, totally fair for us not to be there, but... Wait. Who goes there? Now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? Alphino. Boba. Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been. This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. Yeah, at least Ida is here, and I just... Poor Ida. Does she regret not dancing? At least at this point? Like, I feel like that would have been a fun memory for her and Papalymo to have danced with our cabbage friends, you know? Like... But now she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that memory because she claimed there was something wrong with her knees. Oh, something so wrong with her knees, so she couldn't dance. So I had to dance. The first I knew about it was when I came back, and I saw Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but they still left the stain. It was hard to know where to start. If Y'shtola hadn't been there to help me... Y'shtola is here too. Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Old Lala to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalymo and Memphilia were among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere. Okay. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. So, I feel like this is a moment where Boba should be interjecting and saying, yes, I talked to our cabbage friend, and this one was graced with the echo, and the echo's memories or provided me the memories of what exactly happened here, and the fact that, yes, Memphilia, Papalymo, and several of the others were captured. Like, the ones that were not among the dead were captured and taken somewhere. And I don't think my character has any reason to associate Vivia with Gaius at the moment, but yes, it's like, it definitely was the Empire that took them. So it was at least upon the Empire's orders. So anyhow, why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires, knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals, one that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his elegant weapon may be, he will doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Menphilia to gain an understanding of the Echo, none of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It's up to us to rebuild Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? Seriously? Dude, you only recently joined the Scions. She's been here for longer than you, bud. What do you mean? Can I count on you? Can she count on you? But, of course, Ida being as kind-hearted as what she is, despite, like, in intense situations being more of a fist first, questions later. It's like, what? Oh, yeah, yes, of course, whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Nishtola's return. For now, I say we rest. I mean, I feel like that's fair. Do we not have a link pearl to get a hold of her? Oh, look how adorable I look.
Hear, feel, think.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to play some beach volleyball with Heidelin. Or with some meteors. Just got bumps that spike it, right? 1 meter at a time.
Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Heidelin, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
All right, here's your Stola. Your Stola! Boba, I see you and Alphino are safe. And Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It's as if the benevolent hand of Master Louis Soir guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily, not now when the need is so great. I know where Menphilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona, Castrum Century. So this is where the player base could get really confusing because a lot of the player base will talk about castrum. Well, that's the thing is there are multiple castrums within this game. Basically, castrum is just an identifier that is just identifying it as a stronghold, but then the name that follows is the actual name of the base. So if a player says, "Oh yeah, I need help with castrum," you may need to follow up and say, which castrum, because we end up going to multiple castrums. So yeah, not as simple as just saying castrum. This would also be the base that when I was running through, when I ran north of the northern Thanalan and into Mordona, that was the castrum that I ran through. The Garlean base, where they were pretty much ignoring me for the most part, by the way, until I got to the front gates and they were like, "Oh, you want to fucking leave? You want to leave? Excuse me, but no." So they lose surveillance on the inside, but on the outside, they're like, "Nah, fuck you. How dare you show up here?" Okay, so it's kind of hard to see this image, but we see Gaius surrounded by several people in similar armor. So we see people of the Empire in this photo. And Y'shtola wishes to discuss the fate of the prisoners being held at Castrum Sentry. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Boba. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. So when I went through that base, it was after they were taken prisoners. So you're telling me that that's them strengthening their security? They didn't care about a Lalafell in her little cardigan and skirt just strolling around like, do, don't mind me and my motorbike and Alpha here. Like, don't mind us, vroom vroom. That was bolstered security. Sure. Okay. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy. And if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Kurthus. Let's go to him and beseech his aid. In this moment, I'm wondering if Y'shtola, realizes what all we went through in Kurthus. If we had the time to regale her of all of that. I'm assuming we have, because, she's not like, "Oh, Sid, what, you're here. We thought you were dead or gone or something. What, hi." So I feel like she had to have gotten this information somehow, that we have gained influence with the people of Kurthus to some extent. Because otherwise she wouldn't be like, "Oh, he'll help us. He might be able to assist." She'd be like, "Well, he's got the information, but yeah, we might have to do some convincing." Really annoying that Camp Dragonhead is the only Aether right there, but whatever. And this was one of my favored locations on my main character for a long time, because Darksteel ore is an ore that is used a lot for submarine builds and such, and the time node for it is right over there. So, and it's one of those once an hour nodes. So it was a matter of coming here pretty often at every hour to farm up that node. And I haven't checked in a while, but when I was doing this, Darksteel ore was one that was kind of pricey on the market board. It was not worth buying. It was totally worth just doing that teleport. Yes, 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 yes. You've almost missed Boba o'clock, Lethal. You almost missed Boba o'clock. Oh, what's this guy got to unlock? Oh, I'm not unlocking that right now. Yes, you did make it just in time. I want to see if this NPC over here. Yes. So I want to do this one really, really, really quick. A little side tangent. That I don't know why I didn't think about this when I first came to Kurthus. But this is one side quest I highly recommend doing for anybody and everybody that may be skipping side quests, because it's misleading by showing that it's a gold side quest, but Toss Fit Workout is a side quest I highly recommend doing because it gives you the throw emote. And it's quick and easy to do. I actually did this in a TikTok video. Like, I literally managed to cover it in the amount of, like, it was a good amount of time for me to talk quite a bit about it and do the quest in a YouTube short. And as you guys all know, I tend to ramble and I talk a lot. So for me to manage to do the quest in 3 minutes, like, tells you that it's really super quick. So it's like, okay, he has a reported odd sighting. I can't see how I ought to care, but I saw a fellow throwing snowballs at a snowman. Why would anyone engage in such jappery in the cold? I can't rightly say. Well, went nut gathering and lost more than he found, I guess. You better make sure don't happen to you, lass. Not that I know precisely what happened, mind ye. What's that? Me? Ask? I got my chocobos to see to. If Duvicaro wants to append his head soup on the snow, I can't see what business of mine it'd be. Yep, that's his name, Duvicaro. I don't know. He sells things, goes places. I don't seem like no kind of life to me, begging pardon. You want to see him? I reckon he's somewhere about. And literally, so you could click through that really fast. In the video, I actually just click through it. I don't read through the dialogue. But literally, you accept the quest, you come over to this guy, you talk to him. Walking softly, eh? Adventurer? Those around here think I'm winter drunk. I'll wager? Ha! Never seen a snow toss before, lazy byblows. Sit on your arse in front of a poor fire too long, and soon you've got the swiveling white knuckles. You'll sleep the better for tossing snowballs without needing Lady Mead or Mistress Ale to sing the lullaby. What do you say, eh? Why not give it a try? It's as simple as you'd imagine. Just reach down, grab some of the powdery white, and throw. And quest completed. And I have the throw emote. So literally, just throw. And if you're standing on snow, you throw a snowball. And if you target someone with target him, it actually gives the animation like as though it's hitting him with a snowball. And that's it. That's all there is to it. But it's misleading in the fact that it's not a blue quest or anything like that. It is just a regular golden side quest, but you unlock an emote with it. Super quick and easy to do. Absolutely fun in the wintertime, especially if you're at a free company that does holiday events in the winter and stuff. To be able to throw snowballs at each other. It does work with the ground snow housing stuff. So if you place that outside of your house, or if your free company places it outside of their house or anything like that, and you throw on top of that, you do throw snowballs. So makes for a lot of fun. And it's quick and easy to do, and you may as well just grab it, do it real quick while you're already in the observatorium for MSQ. Up, Boba, the woman who unmasked the heretic in our midst. What do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Y'shtola, but of course, Lord Drillmont confided to me that you're a scion of the 7th Dawn. Okay, so apparently Y'shtola had already made arrangements with this guy. So, and after I finish this quest, I do have to end stream, but I wanted to finish this quest too, since I did take that side tangent to do the side quest. Castrum Sentry, what interest have you all in the Imperials? What interest do I have in the Imperials? Well, let's start with the fact that they want to dominate the fucking world all the time. Like, that's a pretty good place to start, right? And I'm a scion. I don't want them to dominate the world. They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you could provide will be greatly appreciated. I see. That may explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Herian woman, an Elysian man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male, 1 female. So that would be Minfilia, Urianger, Papalimo, and Tataru. But yes. It's them. It has to be Minfilia, Urianger, Papalimo, and Tataru. I did not expect Ida to give it in the exact same order that I did, but, you know. I just went with the order that he gave us their races and gender. So, if that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Kurthus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rhodogan and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? So Rhodogan and Lalafell leaves me to believe that's Biggs and Wedge. Because those 2, I mean, we already had to rescue them before when we first pledged to a Grand Company. So why wouldn't they go and get themselves captured again? A Rhodogan and a Lalafell, Mr. Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and they both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. I'm kind of the mind, I'm like, trust those 2 rascals to get captured. We must find them, Boba, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If, as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow Scions prisoner in hopes of understanding the Echo, it would seem reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not Scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portland said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Y'shtola is much better coming up with plans than Alphino is. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Well, it's universally beneficial for us to do this, so... And here we have our bastion in the back there. Our double shields. Our double shields. Yeah. Which is why at FanFest, Yoshi P was wearing a shirt that said, "Guess who's back?" Yes. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. He really looked so fucking good in that Bastion cosplay. Like, that cosplay was so awesome. But yes, admittedly, yes, he looked sweaty and everything like that, but I cannot imagine how heavy it was, nor can I imagine how hot it was in that area. And to be on a stage like that, especially with all of those lights and everything, like all of those lights tend to bring up the temperature and stuff, so it's like, it was probably hot up there to begin with, but then to have all of that cosplay gear on and stuff, and then also try to carry those shields even for a short amount of time, like, whew, I'm having a hot flash just thinking about it. Anyway, Gaius says, we shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Yeah, you walk away, Nero. Ritatin. I feel like I'm butchering his name. You depart for Castrum Ocidens at midnight. See, there's another castrum already. So we have quite a few castrums for the Garlean Empire within the game. So, like, when other players merely mention castrum, it's typically something that needs to be elaborated on, because there are multiple castrums. You'll command the Western Front in Vildebrand. Now, sometimes out of context, you can get what castrum that they are talking about, but if there's not enough context, I feel like asking for that clarity is more than fair. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet forgive my impotence, but is it proper to give command of half of our forces to, I have given you nothing, Praefectus, or Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. Well, I mean, that was kind of nice. My quarters, 1 hour. Guys. That, Okay. Alright, so as I said, I do have to go ahead and sign off the stream. I'm actually almost 15 minutes, or I'm over 10 minutes over at this point. So I am going to teleport to the closest major city, so that way I can still get my character rested and everything. Make sure that when you log out, so that you get the rested experience, that you have that moon icon next to your experience bar. You could also tell if an area is a sanctuary if it has an aetheryte nearby. So your main cities are sanctuaries as a given, but there are plenty of other sanctuaries. Like I could have, if I really wanted to stay in Kurthus, I could have just gone back over to Camp Dragonhead. Camp Dragonhead has an aetheryte by it and is also considered a sanctuary. It is safe for you to instantly log out and have that moon and get that rested experience. Another indicator is if you hit exit on the game and you have the 20-second timer before logging out, that means that you are not getting rested experience. So that means that you're not going to have that experience bonus from being well rested. The longer you rest for, the more rest experience you get. But the thing is there is a cap to how much rest experience you can end up accumulating, which is the norm for quite a few MMOs. Like that's something that World of Warcraft does, for instance. But anyhow, I thank you all again. I do apologize again deeply about Friday. As I said at the start of stream, like I already had a bit of a day. I was so excited to stream, and I was beyond pissed off to get to my computer and sit down, do my typical reboot before I start streaming, because I typically go ahead and reboot to make sure I have everything cleaned up and everything. And it was like, no, I can't boot. Something is corrupted. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I did ultimately get that resolved before what my normal stream window would have been, but then there were additional issues and updates and stuff like that that I needed to take care of before I would have been able to stream, and I knew I was going to blow the stream window just dealing with that. Especially with how foggy-brained I was. Like perimenopause symptoms were really, really extra hitting me hard. But thank you so much again for your patience. I so deeply apologize for all of those issues and everything. For anybody that does not yet have the mount that is wanting that unicorn rainbow mount, don't forget that Tuesday is the end of that event. I absolutely love spending time with all of you. It is nothing for me to make time to spend time with you guys. Like I love doing it. If you are wanting to get the Twitch mount, for those of you that are watching from Twitch, that event ends sometime on Tuesday. So this is my last stream before the end of the Twitch mount event. But others will still be streaming the game before the end of that event. I can't remember what exact time, Pacific time, that ends. But as far as full days go, there's today and tomorrow for sure as full 24 hours that you have. And then sometime on Tuesday, that event will end. My next stream will be on Wednesday as usual. With next stream, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I will have a game plan as far as Tuesday's stream goes. And then Friday, I will be back at it with my main character. And I will probably be doing the event, the Rising event. So that way she can have the Wooklamont minion, because that minion is absolutely adorable. And she absolutely needs her. She is so freaking cute, guys. But with that, I want to say thank you all again. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.